Here comes the money. You're now listening to the Gambling with Gold podcast with Jason Gold. Presented by Champions Round.
Hello and welcome back to Gambling with Gold. Little costume change off the top. We are on episode 42. It is Christmas. It is week 16. It is time to make some best bets. As always, I am joined by my buddy from the Action Network, Dan Titus. Dan, how we doing this Friday?
Man, I wish I was as festive as you, dude. Like Santa's coming to town. We're ready to get some bucks though. Let's get this money. We're riding high. We've been crushing it over the last couple of weeks. So yeah, man. Props to you and your get up here. You look legit.
Yeah. A little excited. Feel like need a little drink to get me ready. A little eggnog action.
Do you actually like eggnog?
No, I fucking hate it. But I'll drink it. I'll drink it. But from now until New Year's Eve, I am looking for anything alcoholic to enter my system at any time. I do not care when, how, don't care. I'm all into it. All right. So before we get started onto our Week 16 best bets, a couple of Champions Round things. There are 3 7 stakes contests that are live right now. Go ahead and join those. There's one going on tomorrow for all of the Christmas Day games, one on Sunday and one on Monday night. We have giveaways for all of that stuff. And we have a ton of other giveaways going on throughout the course of the week, including we are giving away a Nick Chubb jersey. You have to tune into our YouTube short, which will be up later today with our best bets for Saturday's games. So go in there. Find the key phrase, DM us at Champions Round, IG or Twitter to enter that. We will be giving that away on Sunday. All right. Top 5 picks, week 16. Let's get to it. Santa wants to give away some gifts. Let's go, Danny. What's your number 1 pick of the week?
Number 1 pick of the week, going Bengals -3 versus the Ravens. Battle 8 and 6 teams in the AFC North. But, Cincinnati stomped them out last time, 41-17. I don't really like the way that the Ravens have looked as of late, man. They're not scoring that many points despite, having Tyler Huntley play an amazing game. We don't really know what the quarterback situation is quite yet. So with all that uncertainty, and honestly, I just feel like Joe Burrow's going to have all of his weapons at his disposal. It looks like Joe Mixon's going to give it a go. We've seen this Ravens secondary just be completely trash lately. So expecting a big day out of Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. I like Cincinnati Bengals here.
All right, so off the top, we're going against each other. My number 5 pick of the week, Baltimore +3. The reason is this, an interesting stat that I heard this week. When the Ravens has faced a team for a second time in a season over the last 5 years, they are 10-0 against the spread and straight up. So the loss last time, now they're dogs. I think they win this game outright. My best bet for this game, over 45 points. I think there will be scoring on both sides of the ball. If you look at teams that have played Denver the week after, they're 10-3 to the over. So I think that Denver's defense really limits teams. Obviously, they're a really good defense. Yeah. Next week, they come back. They play really well. So I think over 45 here, good. Baltimore +3. Angle, I get it. I love Baltimore +9, +8.5 as a teaser piece. I'm sure you do as well. Yeah. So a lot of angles to play in this one. Baltimore +3 would be my least favorite of those. I think that the over and the teaser would be the ones that I'm going to place first. All right, my number 1 pick of the week, Atlanta -5.5. Jared Goff is out. We've seen Boyle play before. Coming off of a win, Atlanta coming off of a loss, only 5.5 points. This seems like an absolute smash spot to me. Atlanta still has stuff to play for. The Lions are trying to race towards the bottom to get one of the 2 top defensive ends on the board, either Hutchinson or Kayvon Thibodeau. So no reason for them to win this game, especially with Goff out. I know that they fight hard, but they're not going to have a lot to show for it this week. So give me Atlanta -5.5.
Interesting that you're riding with the public on this one with 70% of the money on the Lions. So yeah, I know yet when we talked about it yesterday, I was definitely on the Lions, like I was really going to bet it, but it's a stay away from me, man. I don't know what I can get. You convinced me that Boyle is not a real quarterback. So I think DeAndre Swift's going to play. We don't quite know for certain yet, but we know Jared Goff isn't going to be there. So he was slinging it last week, but I don't know that we can trust in Boyle to do the same.
It's going to be a tough run. I mean, the Lions we saw 2 weeks ago, off of these wins, emotional high, they just kicked the crap out of the Arizona Cardinals. Yeah, it's a great time to fade them. This is the lowest or the highest that they're going to be valued in the market. seems like a good spot to
Yeah.
fade them and make some money.
I love the also love the over here, 42.5. I think that this is going to be a high scoring affair here. I mean, mainly because I feel like the Falcons, they don't have a very good defense, and Detroit, that they suck. So, something's got to give. Let's put points on the board.
I like it, except for if Boyle's as bad as I think and they put up 0, this could be a 35-0 and you get the under too.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna score something, man. Detroit's always surprised, as bad as it's been throughout the season and only getting 2 wins. I think that they're gonna find a way to at least score something here.
Fair enough. I agree with that. All right, what is your number 2 pick for Week 16?
Number 2 pick, going with the Raiders +1 versus the Broncos. The Raiders eked out a win on Tuesday, and they're finally going to get. I feel like they're finally getting it going. They might get Darren Waller back, which will certainly help their offense. They're both in the playoff hunt, which is really interesting because I don't think anyone saw either team really being this close to, actually having a shot at the playoffs. But this really falls on Drew Lock. We talked about it a lot. We just don't trust him. He's so turnover prone that I can't get around picking him in any situation. And Vegas has actually won outright in 5 of the last 6 times that they played, and they've covered in 7 of the last 8. So this one's pretty much at a pick 'em. Give me the Raiders here.
All right, so I am with you on the Raiders. We talked about it yesterday. Drew Lock is the only reason that I need to pick the Raiders here.
That's the handicap.
Makes a ton of sense. The reason why it's my 6th pick and not in my top 5 is because of the public action. 45% of the bets, 65% of the money is on the Broncos here. Little scary. Maybe the sharps know, especially in Vegas. Usually you expect that the Raiders would get a little bit more action in the market. The fact that they're not, a little concerning. The sharps also love the under 41 in this game. I could see that. I could see this being a very, very low, like a 17-10 type of game. So maybe I'll throw a little sprinkle there. But yeah, I'm with you on the Raiders. I just don't trust Drew Lock to get this done in any sort of divisional circumstance. So give me the Raiders, pick them +1. I'm all over it.
What you got for your second bet?
Second bet of Week 16, Rams -3 at Minnesota. Again, I gave my explanation on the show yesterday. Here's the deal. Minnesota's going to be without Dalvin Cook, maybe without Adam Thielen. The Rams can throw the ball all over the place. Minnesota's secondary is really bad. The concern for the Rams in this game would be that the Vikings defensive line is going to get past the offensive line for the Rams, which has been suspect at best. But I think with both of the running backs back, they'll be able to effectively use play action in this game. And I think the Rams will end up scoring a lot. I actually do like the under 49.5 also. I don't think Minnesota's going to be able to put that much up on the board with Cook and Thielen potentially out of this one. And I just can't trust Kirk coming off of 2 straight wins, man. I do not believe in it. I do not believe in 3 straight wins for the Vikings. I understand that the sharps are on the +3 for Minnesota, but I like the matchup for the Rams here, so I got to roll with them.
Yeah, Kirk actually pulled one out in prime time, so maybe he's fading that narrative that he can't get it done. But they're just without their most prime weapon here. I mean, Justin Jefferson is definitely their best receiving weapon, but I mean, the game runs through Dalvin Cook, and without him there, that's just a huge downgrade to their offense. So I lean with the Rams. I haven't been overly impressed with them, but they're finding ways to get wins, and that's what's important at this stage in the season. And 3 points. That's a pretty small, safe margin here that Matt Stafford can get it done.
I will say that I do like the Vikings +9 as a teaser piece. I think this is a touchdown game.
Yeah.
All right. What is your number 3 pick of the week?
Number 3 pick, going with a 2-team teaser for Saturday. I'm going to tease down the Packers to 1.5 versus the Browns, and then I'm going to take the Colts +7 versus the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, I think that this is for the Packers side of things. We don't know what's going on with the Browns. We don't know which players are actually going to play with COVID running so rampant through their organization. I think it's safe to just take the Packers here at 1.5. I think that they'll get it done. They probably could win this one by 7.5 in the spread, but I'm not going to mess with it just because there's such uncertainty there. I wouldn't be surprised if the Browns did some stupid backdoor cover. When the Colts side of things, I mean, the fact that they're still underdogs in this matchup, versus the Arizona Cardinals that just shit the bed last week. I guess the public is expecting some resurgence from them, losing to the lowly Detroit Lions. But I'll take the points here, +7. I think the Colts can certainly make this a game. We've seen Carson Wentz just do gross things at quarterback, but this team really relies on the run game, and we've seen Arizona be vulnerable to that. So yeah, I'm going with the Colts here +7 to complete the teaser.
So I love both those pieces. I do think that Cleveland +7.5. It's not one of my top 5, but I kind of like that angle. But I don't foresee them really winning this game. So obviously, I'd love to get it at 1.5 is still fine. I've seen it at some places where Green Bay is -7, so I've hit that down to 1 automatically. For the Colts game, I love under 49. I don't think there's a lot of scoring in that game. I think that the Colts try to run the ball, do what they do best, extend the game. So under 49, one of my best bets there. +7, love that. I told you yesterday, I kind of liked either side of that game as a teaser once it got above 7. So it looks like Colts +1 on the board right now. I definitely bet that earlier today to get it to +7. Interesting thing about the Cardinals. So they start off 7-0. They're 3-4 since. A lot of that coincides with J.J. Watt's injury, which I hadn't really thought about earlier, but their defensive line has been really terrible because they're smaller, and the smaller guys tend to wear out as the season goes on. So they lost some of that bulk, and now you're going up against the Colts offensive line, which is absolute maulers. This is a really bad matchup for Arizona. I understand why the Sharps are buying back into them in this spot because of what they did last week. They're low in the market, and the Colts coming off that huge win against the Patriots. It's a perfect time to fade the Colts and to buy in on the Cardinals. But that being said, this might be just a really, really bad matchup for Arizona. So I definitely love the Colts at +7. I'll probably play them money line just because I can't help myself. But I completely understand why the Sharps want to buy this in with Arizona. So give me +7. I'm totally with you on this one.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to definitely sprinkle something on the money line for Colts here, just because I think that they're just a better team, and we were waiting all season for the regression to come, and it's finally here.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, my number 3 pick of the week: Buffalo +2.5 and +8.5 as a teaser piece. Absolutely lock that down. I think that this is the spot where Buffalo gets the Patriots. I will be betting at money line. I'm hoping that I see a 3 on the board because that's an absolute smash spot. We saw Mac Jones. I think that the Colts showed something last week. I know that Mac came back in the fourth quarter and played great, but the first 3 quarters, he was absolutely all over the place. I think the Bills will find a way to get home. I think that the over 43.5 is an interesting play in this game as well. I foresee the Bills being able to move the ball more effectively than they did last time. Good weather is expected in New England this time, surprisingly for December. I think that on that turf, both teams will be playing a little bit faster. I think that the running back situation for the Patriots, with Stevenson probably going to be out, Harris is still nicked up, that does not bode great for them. So give me the Bills +2, +3, money line, teaser, and the over. Is that enough bets for that game?
I think you about covered it, man.
All right, cool.
But I love the angles and what you said, mainly because what are the New England Patriots if they have to solely rely on Mac Jones to win the game? They haven't been in too many situations where that's been the case. So, with Buffalo, I think they finally figured out, maybe we should hand over the ball to Devin Singletary a little bit more. And we've seen the rising of Gabe Davis here, which we've all been, me and you have been waiting for a while, and we talked about it yesterday. But I think this is where the Bills can finally get right. So I'm riding with you here, and I included the Bills in my second teaser piece. So I love them at 8.5. But I'm definitely going to sprinkle something on the money line here too.
Love it. All right, so I assume that your fourth pick starts with Buffalo +8.5. What's the other part of this one?
That it does, and then I'm going to tease the Chiefs down to 2.5 over the brain fart
Steelers.
The Chiefs and the Steelers. Yes, 8.5. So yeah, this is just a safety net. I know that the Steelers have been quite crafty late in the games, somehow trying to pull in these backdoor covers. I don't know where Ben gets it from, but their offense is trash. Their defense, I don't know that they can keep up. Now, yes, this is contingent on whether we get the statuses of Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, but I still think the Chiefs can still get this done at -2.5 to win this one. The Steelers are just trending the wrong direction. I think Ben's ready to hang it up. It's clear this guy cannot move in the pocket at all. I think Chris Jones is going to be returning. So, Kansas City has been one of the better defenses over the course of the last 5 or 6 weeks. So you get one of your top defensive linemen back. I think it's going to be a bad day for Ben. They're going to get some pressure on him.
I love the Chiefs this week. I saw that your number, you said 8.5. I see a 7.5 in the market right now. So I'm going to bring that down to 1.5 as a teaser piece. In the Circa contest, Chiefs -7, which is a little intriguing. If we get some news tomorrow before noon that Tyreek or Kelsey is back, I will probably hit that. I do love the under 45 in that game. I think the Chiefs are going to struggle to move the ball a hair. And we've seen this Chiefs defense in Arrowhead just be absolutely elite. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to have a very tough time scoring. So give me something like 27-17. Give me the under 45 in that game. I think that's probably a likely outcome. So yeah, give me the teaser piece all over that. Anything that you can get at under 3. And if I see another 7 on the board, I think I'm going to hit that.
Snatch it up now.
Hard. Yeah,
you got to expect that. I don't know, the protocols. Each league, the NBA and NFL, are definitely tweaking things now. Wouldn't be surprised if we suddenly see, Travis Kelce's active. So you want to jump on that as soon as possible.
I think that one of the two of them will play, and that will be a big change in that offense. All right, my number 4 pick of the week, Carolina plus 11. Tampa Bay all banged up. Carolina's defense is going to show out in this game. I don't necessarily care who's going to play quarterback for the Panthers because they're both going to suck. All I need them to do is go ahead and score 2 touchdowns. There's no chance that, given the Tampa Bay injuries, I don't think that they're going to be able to score 4 touchdowns in this game, get up 28. So Carolina plus 11, divisional dog. I don't know what they're really playing for, but that defense is going to step up in this one against a heavily banged up and still getting used to each other Buccaneers team. So yeah, Carolina plus 11, my number 4 pick of week 16.
Yeah, Carolina's strength has really been in their secondary. So, while they can get run on, I mean, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are just riddled with injuries right now. Leonard Fournette just went on the IL, so it's going to be Ronald Jones. That's not that inspiring. And I think it's probably going to be Cam Newton at quarterback. We don't know. But he is 2-0 against Brady in his career. And Tampa Bay, though, 2-5 as away favorites this season. So, yeah, I'm leaning. This is a divisional matchup. And the Panthers plus 10, I think that they can at least be somewhat competent to cover this within double digits, just based off of the fact of their track record in division matchups, and then also just being too many points for a home dog here.
Yeah, I also think secretly and maybe sneaky, I think Matt Rule might be fighting for his job a little bit. I know they gave him a 6-year contract and they're all in on him, but there's been some questionable decisions.
Yeah. I mean, you got to figure, firing. We talked about it a couple weeks ago, firing your OC while you're on your bye week, but like days after, you could have done it earlier in the week and started a new game plan. But some of those decisions, they gave Robbie Anderson the bag, and he really hasn't shown out. DJ Moore needs the ball more, but I don't know why everyone else sees it except him. And then CMC, they have had some unfortunate injuries to a lot of their star positions, but at the same time, it falls on the coach. You got to adjust. Like, there's other teams that have had just as many injuries, if not worse, that have still made it through. Now they did get to 6 wins, so that's I guess a W in some sort of, I guess. I mean, they beat their season total, I guess, what their projected total was, but I mean, they're a middle of the pack team that's not going anywhere fast. So yeah, 6 years of Matt Rule is definitely looking a little gross,
a little dicey. All right, my number 5 pick of the week was Baltimore plus 3. Already went through that, so you're up with your 5th pick of week 16.
My 5th pick was the Carolina Panthers plus 10.
Oh, wonderful, we made it through. All right, I'll run through some other bets that I have on the board, or maybe we already talked about. Rams, Minnesota under 49.5. Arizona, Indy under 49. Buffalo, New England over 43.5. Baltimore, Cincy over 45. Teaser pieces that I love this week. There's a lot. Baltimore plus 9. Buffalo plus 8.5. Miami, you can't get it anymore, but I bet it at plus 9. Tennessee plus 9. That was a win. Jacksonville plus 8. Kind of like that given the Jets' COVID situation right now. Right. Minnesota plus 9. Seattle minus 0.5. Indy plus 7. And Atlanta. Atlanta's 6.5 in the market right now. Even though Circa's at 5.5. So I think that Atlanta minus 0.5 is probably a really nice piece also. Some other leans that I have, Cleveland at 7.5, Jacksonville at 2, Chargers at 10, especially looks like there's a little issue with COVID, especially Brandon Cooks is going to be out. So what are they going to do on 3rd downs for Houston? Right. Doesn't look like the Chargers have to score a ton in that game in order to be able to cover that. Vegas pick'em we talked about. Washington plus 10.5. I think that could be an interesting game. A lot of sharps like the over in that game. I kind of lean towards the Dallas under team total 28.5. Seems like a lot in a divisional matchup. And then Miami now minus 2.5 in the market. I bet them at a pick'em also. I think that they're going to end up winning that game.
Yeah, the only other lean that I had was the Chargers and the Texans going over 46.5. But I'm kind of sweating that one a little bit with news that Brandon Cooks isn't going to be playing, because I'm like, how is Houston going to be able to put up any points on the board without their best player. But I don't know. Maybe we see the Nico Collins, Pharaoh Brown show or something. I don't know. Maybe David Johnson actually does something.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might have to be their running game doing something. Maybe get a little Royce Freeman action doing things for the Texans.
Or we're just
shout out my Oregon guy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'd rather just see Justin Herbert just put up like 48 points and call it a day.
God, me too. All right. Any props or last second bets that you want to talk about?
Man, I'm about to get into the lab to get into the props. I've definitely been having some success there over the last
3-0 last night. I joined them all.
Good start to the week for sure, or to the weekend. But yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of action going on this weekend, man. Saturday games. We've had literally football on almost every day this week. Like, it's crazy.
It's great. So. It's great. I mean, I feel bad that everybody's getting COVID and shit, but I kind of like having games every day.
For sure, man. So yeah, it's been nice for the bankroll around Christmas. So yeah, man, I'm in the Christmas spirit. So let's get some money, man.
All right. So follow Dan at Dan Titus and at Action Network. He's gonna have all of his picks online on Twitter during the weekend. We'll have all of mine here. Goldilocks going up Friday afternoon. Gonna be a lot of teasers on there. I can promise you that much. Some totals. Hopefully some Christmas gifts for you guys. Hopefully giving out some extra cassiola that you can go spend on your loved ones, or go buy yourself some nice pies. You know how we love our pies around Christmas. It's gonna be great times. So,
what kind of pie though?
My God, all of them. What do you mean, all of them? My mother-in-law's coming over tomorrow. She's bringing pecan, pumpkin, apple. I don't know. I'm gonna get some peppermint ice cream. I'm gonna feel all the feels. We're gonna drink some whiskey. It's gonna be a great Saturday.
I'm coming south, man. I need that. That sounds delicious.
Come through anytime. Would love to have you. All right. Until next Tuesday, when we will be back with our Week 17 gambling preview. Stay safe out there. Go win some bets. Enjoy Christmas with the family. And good luck. See ya.
Peace.